about all the developments around their business. Sanjay, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show.
Good
And you've
morning.
signed a couple of MoUs with NBCC for multiple redevelopment and construction projects. Quantify this
Yeah,
amount for us, and how do these collaborations fit into HUDCO's broader strategy of urban development financing?
sure. Good morning. I think I will start from the transformation of the HUDCO. HUDCO has transformed from housing finance company to the infrastructure finance company. And the journey so far is excellent. The way the tailwinds are coming from the infrastructure uh, because of the Viksit Bharat theme of the government of India. All the states are planning to become Viksit and a lot of infrastructures are planned. So on lending side, I can say that we are going as per the plan and there are a lot of opportunities in the markets. On the same side, as you have asked me, we have some assets across NCR, across the country, and we want that other income should also increase. And now we want to have that kind of space developed, and NBCC is one of the best company to choose. It's a government of India company. So we had given them the responsibility to develop our land banks and expand our footprints into the real estate as well, so that other income should also increase. So now we will be developing around 150, 160 crores of the projects, and they are in the early stage of the planning. Maybe in 2 to 3 years of the time, the revenue will start coming from these assets as well.
Sounding optimistic on that front. Mr. Kulshrestha, the MoU with NMRDA, let's talk about the Nagpur Metro MoU. That involves funding from your end up to 11,300 crores over 5 years for various purposes. Help us understand what the disbursement timeline could be here, and by when can you see revenue contribution from this arrangement?
Sure. I think this is very relevant question because if you see, a lot of states are planning their satellite towns. A lot of states are planning new township, and Maharashtra is one of the developed state of our country. And Maharashtra has taken this lead to develop a new Nagpur. It's a new city that they will be developing besides the airport. Land acquisition had already been done, and I am very sure that with trunk infrastructure, a lot of players will start coming to this newly planned town. So the disbursement will start from this year as only because initially we are funding the trunk infrastructure. That means the water, the sewage, the drainage. So all these things will be funded by HUDCO so that the developed piece of lands or sectors can be offered to the private players. And this disbursement will start from this year only. That's what we are aiming at. Because states are very aggressive on planning such kind of assets because finally it will enhance their revenue and the GSDP will impact it out of development of these kind of assets.
Last quarter, loans sanctioned more than doubled for you, right? While disbursements rose modestly by about 1.5%. What explains this gap in sanctions, or rather between sanctions and disbursements? And how exactly do you think the trend is going to play out in the second half of the fiscal?
I think you may appreciate that HUDCO is financing infrastructure project which have long gestation periods and quite a few uncertainties as well. Uh, the way we work, actually we identify the opportunity of the funding and start from MOU. In couple of states, we had already signed MOU, and then we financially closure of these projects. After compliance of conditions, that we will go for loan agreement, documentation, and all these things will close, and then only the disbursement starts. So it is primarily that the commitment from the for the projects will be there, the formal sanctions should be there. Then the conversion of these formal sanction will take 3 to 5 years of the time since the gestation period is high. But the way we are growing, if you see our sanctions were around 25, 24,000 crores in FY23. In FY24, they had raised to around 90,000 crores. And then in FY25, we had closed at 1,23,000 crores. And we are keeping this momentum high. And if you see the disbursement side also, we had raised in FY23 from 8,000 crores, then it was 17,000 crores, then it was 40,000 crores. So this year also we are trying to get the momentum of at least 25% of the growth in our loan and disbursement figures.
So that's the take on the disbursement outlook going ahead. But let's talk about your portfolio mix. Right now, with nearly 2/3 of your loan book in urban infra and about 1/3 in affordable housing, do you see this
Right.
portfolio mix tilting more towards infrastructure, given especially the strong project pipeline from metros like we were just talking about and satellite towns? Any outlook on that front? Any change in the portfolio mix?
Definitely. Since HUDCO is dealing mostly in the infrastructure side and urban infrastructure, that too. So it will be tilted towards the urban infrastructure side. But our support towards the PMAY 2.0 will remain there, and we are committed to work with all the states for their requirements of counterpart funding for PMAY 2.0. We will be supplementing the efforts of Government of India in ensuring that within 5 years of the time, every head should have one roof. So that commitment will always be there, but it is only on the states to take our counterpart requirement. Some of the states had came forward to take support from HUDCO. But yes, you are right that tilting, because these are very capital intensive project, and government is very pushing towards creation of good and livable infrastructure in the urban side, and the way we are urbanizing. So a lot of things Government of India has planned, including Urban Challenge Fund, which was recently announced by Honorable Finance Minister in the budget.
Along with that, any guidance for your NIMs? Because we believe currently it's around 3%. Can we expect any improvement in this particular number going ahead? Any timeline on that?
Actually, we are into creation of sustainable and viable infrastructure. We doesn't compromise on the quality of assets. That's why if you can see our net NPA is only 0.09. At the same time, I will maintain that our NIM will remain between 3 to 3.2, 3.25. And we are not charging our borrowers. Rather, we are working out that how to reduce our cost of funds through external measure as well as the internal measures. But there will not be on the compromise on the NIM side. We will continuously work hard to achieve the lower cost of funds through external markets and the internal treasury management. NIMs will remain around 3.2. This number we can be achieving.
Great to have you, Mr. Kulshrestha. Thank you so much for your time today and speaking with